I don't think this is a confession, more of a wake-up call. A warning. I used to believe that family was everything. That no matter what happened, your family would have your back. But this story changed everything for me. It all started 2 years ago when my dad passed away. I was just 18 at the time, and his death shook me to my core. It wasn't just the loss of him as a person, but the chaos that followed, especially when it came to his inheritance. You see, my dad had Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, funds that were meant to be shared between his children. There was supposed to be an equal split between his kids. On my mom's side, it was just me and my sister, 2 of us in total. On my dad's side, there were also 2 children. So there were 4 of us in total. We were all supposed to share in this inheritance, right? I thought so too. But when I went to the office handling the distribution, I was told my name wasn't even on the list of beneficiaries. I stood there shocked. What do you mean my name's not there? I asked, my heart sinking. That's when the painful truth came out. I learned that my dad had denied me as his daughter. My entire life, I had been living under the assumption that my dad loved me, but in reality, he had rejected me. Apparently, I was born exactly a year after my sister. To him, that made it impossible for me to be his daughter. He never acknowledged me as one of his kids. It was a blow I wasn't prepared for. I thought I had always been part of his life, but now I was hearing that I wasn't even considered his child in the eyes of the law. It hurt more than anything I had ever felt before. The situation got worse when the woman who was handling the funds on my dad's side of the family gave me 2 choices. The first option was to take the matter to court and fight for my rightful share. The second option was to talk to my siblings and hope that they would give me a portion of what they received. At the time, I was young and naive. I didn't want to drag everything through a messy court case. I trusted my siblings. After all, we were family, right? Surely they would help me out when it came time to divide the inheritance. So I agreed. I told her I would talk to my siblings, thinking that everything would be sorted out peacefully. I signed a letter, and the whole process continued. Months passed, and finally the money arrived. My sister, the youngest of us, received 20,000 cedis. My brother got 19,000 cedis, and my oldest sister received 15,000 cedis. But me, I was left with nothing. I couldn't believe it. How could they not even consider me? No one had mentioned giving me anything. No one had acknowledged that I existed in this whole inheritance mess. Then, in a small glimmer of hope, my sister, who shared both the same mother and father as me, finally spoke up. She said she would give me 4,000 cedis from her share. I was relieved, finally feeling like someone cared. We agreed that she would give me 1,000 cedis each month. For once, I felt like I wasn't alone in the world. The first month, she gave me the money, and I used it for my basic needs, food, transportation, the little things that made survival easier. I was grateful. For once, I felt secure, like I could breathe again. But then, out of nowhere, everything fell apart. My sister started accusing me of things I didn't do. She claimed I had been talking badly about her to her boyfriend, something I would never do. I was confused and hurt. I called her boyfriend to clear things up, angrily confronting him. But he denied ever saying anything like that. Yet somehow the damage was done. My sister stopped talking to me. She cut me off completely. No explanation. No apology. She didn't give me the money she had promised, and within a few weeks, she stopped speaking to me altogether. I was devastated. Everything I had worked for, everything I had hoped for, crumbled in an instant. The little bit of security I had gone. Just like that. From that moment on, things only got worse. I had to go to school on an empty stomach with nothing but my thoughts and a bit of hope to carry me through the day. I could barely scrape together enough to eat. My mom, who worked as a cleaner at a school, couldn't help me much. Her salary barely covered our basic needs, let alone anything extra. And my other siblings, they were no help at all. When I reached out to them, they said things like, I used my share for school projects, or I got my own bills to pay. Not even a single cedi was offered to me. It felt like I didn't even matter. Like I was invisible to them. My dad wasn't really there for us when he was alive either. He never helped with feeding us, paying for school, or anything else. But this was different. It wasn't just neglect, it was betrayal. As much as it hurt, I learned something through all of this. Never trust anyone, especially when money is involved. I've had to face the fact that family doesn't always have your back when you need them the most. They'll disappoint you when you least expect it. But you know what? I'm okay now. My sister and I are on good terms again, though I'll always carry a part of that pain deep down. I've forgiven her, but it's something I'll never forget. In the end, this whole experience taught me one important lesson. Sometimes life throws challenges at you not to break you, but to make you stronger. And I'm stronger now than I ever thought I could be. If you've ever felt betrayed by your family, or you've had to face tough situations on your own, drop a comment below. I want to hear your stories. And if you think someone needs to hear this, don't forget to share it. You never know who might need to hear it. Broken heart.